Hello, welcome. If you've not been to this channel, what are you waiting for? Ah, welcome to our channel. This channel has been existing for a very long time. Why are you slacking? Do something. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ndezika Jidobi. I teach simplified accounting. So if it's something you like, stick on to us, subscribe, hit on that wonderful bell so that when I have in videos. Now today we're talking about debit and credit. Debit my account to credit my account to debit my account to credit my account to. Alright, let's jump right into it. Alright, most times I know we hear this popular word, especially in Nigeria where I come from. They don't debit my account to my account has been credited. What does this really mean? When you say my account has been debited, my account has been credited. Talking about that. Now debit simply means a transaction that is recorded on the left side of your T account. I'm going to be using accounts basically because I teach accounting. But in the banking world, it's quite different. Debit and credit, we understand debit and credit is different. But let's stick to what we have for ourselves today, which is accounts. Later, I'll talk about how the banks debit and credit. But today, we're talking about accounts, like you're recording in the offices. So, debit means a transaction that is recorded on the left side of your T account. That is debit. Once you record the transaction on the left side of the T account, that's the debit recording. Do you understand? But if you record that transaction on the right side of your T account, that is a credit transaction. So that is what debit simply means. Debit at the sides of your T account. The left side of your T account is debit. The right side of your T account is credit. That's exactly what it means when you say debit and credit. In a normal organization, as an accountant, when you're doing your recording, are we together? Yes. Now, there are different types of accounts that we have, and that would determine whether you are going to debit that account or you are going to credit that account. Now, if your account is an asset account, all asset accounts are debit recordings, meaning that once that account is an asset account, be it non-current asset or current asset. If you've not watched my videos on asset, go and watch that video so I can know what assets are. So whether the current asset or a non-current asset, that transaction is going to be on the debit side of your account. That is on the left side of your account. So you're going to record that transaction on the left side of your T account. Do you understand? Yes. Now, when the transaction is a liability, be it current or non-current, you can watch my video on liabilities if you've not watched. It's a very short video. When the transaction is a liability transaction, you're going to record it on the credit side, that is on the right side of your liability account. Be it tax, be it loan, be it supplier, trade creditors. You're going to record it on the credit side of that transaction. That is a credit transaction. Now, when your transaction is an equity transaction, that is like shareholder, retained earnings, all those equity transactions are credit transactions, meaning you're going to record it on the credit side of your T account. So whenever I hear debit transaction or debit side or credit transaction or credit side, it simply means left side of the account for debit and right side of the account for credit. That is you're going to record the transaction as the case may be. Everything you do in accounting, you must be able to link it and classify it as either an asset or a liability or equity. And then you now know where to post it. Is this debit? Is this credit? And that's the first instance. Now, when your asset is reducing, If for instance you have made a sale from the inventory you had, let's say you're selling cars and you now sell cars. Now, first of all, car, in the case of you being, in the case where selling car is your core business, the cars are not non-current assets, they are current assets. And that is because that is what you're selling on a daily basis. The car is not just kept to do running around on the daily basis for you to sell the car. In that instance, that car is a current asset. And so when you sell the car, you've made sales. Now, by virtue of selling that car, the number of cars you have, they've reduced. So you're going to have sales accounts, and because sales is a credit entry, you're going to record it on the credit side. Maybe you sold Toyota Camry for 10 million naira. So on the credit side, we're going to have Toyota Camry. Sorry, on the credit side of your sales account, we're going to have description. On our description, you're going to have cash. If for instance the person you sold to give you cash, so you're going to have cash account, and then you're going to credit it with the amount of money 10 million naira. Why? Because by virtue of sales is a credit transaction. Do you understand? Some transactions are basically credit. Like I said, liability is credit. But besides liability, sales too is a credit transaction. Do you understand? So I'll be talking about which account to debit, which account to credit, and all this depends on the type of transaction. Like I was saying, in that instance, you're going to have sales 10 million naira on the credit side. Why? Because still is a credit transaction. It's an income, it's an inflow, and because it's an inflow, it's an income, it's earning, it's credit recorded on the credit side of your sales account. Why you're going to also have another account, which is your cash account. If the person paid you cash, you're going to now debit your cash account with the same sum of 10 million naira. Do you understand? So this is how you credit, and this is how you credit, depending on the type of transaction that has occurred, and where do you post those transactions once they've occurred. Do you understand? So that is that for your debit, and that is that for your credit. I'll be giving my examples in the next video, but this is just an introduction.